Good morning. I promised that I would do the raspberry homemade jam completion process. And I'm going to just start by I've had my green tea, and now I'm going to have my matcha powder, and now I'm going to have a bone broth. Okay. Oh, here it is. Just a little bit disorientated right now, but I'm in a really peaceful environment in my home. Okay. So do 1 scoop of bone broth. And then it's actually in my coffee canister. It's enhanced collagen protein. And the reason I take that is I have contact dermatitis, and when I touch certain dusts and metals, which is on a lot of things, I have a really bad reaction on my hand. And I took a picture of it once to show people what happens if I touch the wrong thing. My fingers first turn really hard where I touched it, and then several layers of skin peel off. And I've had that for over 30 years now. So most of what I do is for healing, living with the brain injuries. But the enhanced collagen protein I take to help heal my hands quicker. It doesn't prevent the disease, the contact, or is it just, I don't know, or a condition, I guess is what it would be. But it helps heal the skin quicker when I do have a breakout. All right. So I'm going to do what they call for that's just over a teaspoon. And then I gotta look, I always forget the name. I do creatine monohydrate in this drink as well, and that helps to build muscle, because in between me exercising and staying active, the more I can build muscle, the stronger I stay. And that majorly helps with the brain injuries, because I do experience a lot of weakness. All right. So as a healer and a studier of natural medicine, this morning I started my day off with matcha green tea powder. And that is just a nice smooth uplift in comparison to coffee. It's just amazing. You can feel that lift on your brain. This also, but I'm going to say not the enhanced collagen protein, even though it's relaxing, it can help relax you. And not so, the enhanced collagen protein is for repairing my skin. The creatine monohydrate is for building muscle. And that can also help you with your brain, but I don't notice a whole lot. But because I have bone broth in here, after I drink this, you can actually just feel your brain. It's just, bone broth, really good for the brain. And it's one of those things that after you drink it, you can feel it. You can actually feel your brain functioning better. And I say that because as I study medicine and I make medicine, when I take it, there's things that say creatine monohydrate helps your brain. Maybe it does over time, but I'm not noticing oh, did that ever work? But I do with bone broth, and I do with matcha green tea powder. But I mix this all together. I've done the research that it's a good mix. You can put hot water on it and you can take them together at the same time. Okay, just now I'm gonna stir that with hot water. All right. And the creatine monohydrate and the enhanced collagen protein, they just dissolve right away. This bone broth that I bought from Ave Maria gets a little gummy and takes just a little bit longer to dissolve, so you just mix it for a while longer for that reason. Okay, now I'll let that cool a bit before I take my first sip, but yeah, about 20 minutes after, oh, it just feels so good on the brain. All right, now I promised that I did the jam live to show you my recipe on homemade uncooked jam, so you're not heating it and you're not adding any sugar, and it's absolutely delicious and super nutritious. And I didn't get to do the video right away that I was going to do to put in the jam jars because there was an incident at the BX liquor store. I tried to return, this is the one bottle that had the seal on it, and I tried to return the one that the seal was broken, and there was a major incident. I never got my money back, but I stood up for myself, and so I leave that situation feeling that, yeah, I said that wasn't very nice of you. And but what I'm going to do now, so I've got this empty bottle. They've got the bottle that I returned that I said that when I got home 20 minutes after I bought it and I went to open it, the seal was broken. That bottle, that full bottle, is full, And I need to let the RCMP officer know, okay, so after he came out of the BX pub, he said, do you want your bottle of vodka back? And I said, no, it's empty. I was getting mixed up. But no, I have the empty bottle. They had the full bottle, but I don't want it. No, because the seal was broken. So there's safety concerns on that. So what I'm going to do now is I'll find my way probably to the liquor store at Pine Center, and I'm going to buy one more of these. And then I'm going to do a live demo to show you how it sounds like opening a bottle. It just sounds like this. It's already open. And then I'm going to be getting another bottle exactly like this, and I'm going to do a live to show you what I experienced when I got home from the BX. So I opened the first bottle and I'm like, that doesn't have there's no seal on that. It just opened. So then I thought, well, I'll open the next one, and it cracked. Yeah, that's what it always does. Every drink you buy, it cracks in some way. So I'm going to be doing a demo to show you what I experienced. And then so you'll hear this. And then I will open the bottle and you'll hear crack. And I'm not sure when I'm going to get to that, because I have to take things in order of how I can, like, what's most important. Did you eat? Do you need to travel to get groceries? Do you need to cook a meal? Are you getting ready for bed? Have you done your laundry? Those kind of things. And that all comes before anything else. So I'll keep that bottle for that reason. Okay. So now what this live here is mostly about, okay, I won't feel it on the first sip. And it's not overly delicious. But when you struggle mentally and you can drink something that helps your brain, delicious becomes less important. Okay. Now, I did tie into this. Maybe quite a bit. Oh yeah, this is so good for your brain. All right, let's get, should I do one of these? We're definitely going to do, I'll do this and this. I don't know if I want that one. Do I want that one? I kind of like that color combination. Maybe I could do, I don't know if I'll need all those. But these are all cleaned. Okay. Let's, can you see those jars? Yeah, so I just got, I'm going to show you how easy the process is here too. It's just so easy to make this jam. So watch, if you want to know how I made it, just watch my live, but I can tell you simply here. Well, I buy my raspberries from Costco. And, but you can buy them, I mean, Superstore, Save-On, there's other places. I'm just a huge Costco fan. It really meets my needs in a very big way. And so I buy a large bag of raspberries, empty the whole thing in, and then 2 cups of chai seed. And then some sitting time. If you watch my live on that, you'll learn how. Okay. All right, I'm going to grab, not that one, I don't think. Not that one. All right, I don't know where I did put that. Oh, here it is, right there. Okay. Now this, I get my oils. I buy my oils from Green Valley Aromatherapy in Courtney, BC. It's not multi-level, so you don't have to buy any. You can buy as much as you like. And just been buying my essential oil medicine from them for a couple of years now. And yeah, I'm a loyal customer. And so this is, well, this one here is actually frankincense. But what I do with the jars, so they've been cleaned. I'm gonna use, which one? Oh, this one here is, that's geranium. Oh, I don't want to use that one. Okay, so I have lost that other one. But I'll use the third eye. Where did I put that book? Oh, there it is. Okay, just a minute. So when I order from Green Valley Aromatherapy in Courtney, BC, they give you a little different gifts every time, and so they gave me this book. And so here it's third eye. So this is a third eye blend, and it's the chakra located above and between the eyes is what they've written. It governs the pituitary gland, endocrine system, sinuses and nose. It is associated with inner vision, intuition, imagination, idealism, concentration, and peace of mind. The third eye blend contains amyris, basil, and benzoin essential oil. And this chakra color is dark blue. Now, because it's an essential oil, what I do, it just adds a bit of flavor. It'll go through your jam. But it also, I've washed the jars, but it just also, if there's anything bacterial in your jar, it can help keep, because it's all natural, right? Organic and natural, everything here. So it just sort of helps preserve it. Which one do I want to take for that? Yeah, let's try this one. That ought to work. Nope, that's too big. Which one would I use for that? Maybe one of these? Well, I just think so I don't spill it. Yeah, okay. No, that's okay. Do I want that one? Well, it's right there and handy. Okay, just a minute. Okay. Oh, yes. Okay. That's too much. It's going to make the jar messy. Okay, I feel like I have to sit down. Now that I've got a chair in my kitchen, I buy less convenient food. Now I've got a chair where I can sit in my kitchen. So when I feel weak or mentally strained, I sit. And then I can stay in the kitchen longer. And so I buy less convenient foods now that I can sit in my kitchen when I'm doing things. Okay. And all that's in this jam is frozen raspberries, sitting in the fridge for 2 days to juice. And then I added 2 cups of chai seed, and you can adjust that. Like this is a very thick jam. If you want it a bit more runny, just play with the amount of chai seeds you put on in for the amount of thickness you desire. And then I like putting more chai seeds in because it goes farther that way. Okay, just a sec. Just a minute. I don't want to bang on the counter because I live in an apartment. And if I go like this to bang it on the counter, they'll hear it downstairs. So I'm just going to go like this on my knee instead of the counter. Just wanted to see if I could make it settle a bit. Okay. And then it makes a great gift as well. Okay, I'm going to keep going here. Just for now, I'll put that in the fridge. I'll take them out. Let's do one of these. Okay, come on over here. I gotta grab. All right, I'll grab this one. I want oh, I forgot to spray it. That's okay. There. Just gives a bit of flavor, but I like to spray the jar first because it gives it a bit of flavor, but also acts as a bit, if there's any kind of germs, even after washing. Because I don't use a dishwasher. I just wash with soap and water. Okay. And that, like I was saying in my live last time, sometimes I don't have any in stock right now, but I'll put mango. Mango powder in here as a preservative, and it's already really tart, so you got to be careful with how much you put in so it doesn't get too tart. There. I'll show you how I make my bread too. That's a big job. Okay. I'll put one more in there. Okay. When I'm done all these, I'll do up a little short. There's the second jam. Right. Oh, let's pound it here, just so it settles. Yeah. Okay. Not totally feeling that yet, but it'll come. Should I? Yeah, let's do this one. Okay, now I remember. There. You don't have to do that step. Everybody, that's the fun thing about sort of making something like this is you can tweak it up in your own way. Maybe you put cinnamon in it, Just gonna put my head down for a sec here. That's just even closing your eyes like that when you're feeling like it's hard. 10 minutes break, 10-second break. It'd be amazing how little power breaks like that up throughout the day, how effective they are. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. One more maybe. Okay. It actually makes more jam than that I've eaten quite a bit. When I was having a tough time, it's like this is a comfort food. Totally a comfort food. That's very healthy. And sort of to pull me back out of that incident, I was having a lot of peanut butter and jam sandwiches. That I have a secret, well, not a secret, special recipe that I make from my, where is it? Okay, from Adam's Peanut Butter. So when I empty this into a jar, I mix it with different things. And so when I have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich with my homemade bread, flatbread, I'll do a live on this one day and show you how I mix this up with a couple really, what's the word? Well, just the ingredients that make this pop. Okay. Now, this jar here. You gotta love the spatula. You don't lose any of it. Yeah. Okay. Just want to get every bit, even the stuff that dried on the side. Oh, how's that? No, I'm not using that one. Oh, I did. That's why. Yeah, I already sprayed it. I'm like, why is it wet inside? Okay. There's not a whole lot to fill this jar. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. I'm going to just go like this. It's good. Let's put these back here. Okay. That's why it's really important to stay exercising. So I've been exercising for over a week and I really slowed down. And then plus that adrenaline from the incident at the BX pub. Adrenaline is, I don't know that's good for anybody, but when you have brain injuries, it's the worst thing you can do is have to go through something that takes that much work to get through. But I've gotten pretty skillful at, okay, life happens. And it's not funny, but when you're trying to sort it out, you laughter kind of helps sometimes. So since the incident at the BX pub, one of the things that I've been doing sort of to just, you're moving on and how don't, you can't control other people. I stood up for my rights. I did what I'm glad I did it. Now, I would have felt worse if I hadn't have stood up for myself. Because then the liquor store could have said, tagged me or marked me and said, oh, she tried to come in and get a free bottle of vodka. So if I would have just surrendered, then they would have could have marked me and said, oh yeah, she was trying to get a free bottle of vodka. But all you have to do is test the bottle I return, and it's 100%. And then when the police was there and I kept talking, I could have tweaked that a little bit, but it was more important than letting him just go, well, you were told to leave. Well, yeah, well, let's go back to that. Now, this is the part I've been creating something to laugh at in my brain. Just so, it kind of helps you heal and move on. And so I'm imagining myself, okay, for quite a while now, I've been seeing my medicine has evaporated over the year. I didn't have a good enough seal on it. So I'm going to need about 2 bottles of vodka to top these up. I didn't have the time to make medicine this year. So when I bought the 2 bottles of vodka, it wasn't for making new medicine, it was for topping it up. And so I walked there the first time, and I haven't been out for a week. I haven't been for my walk, so it's like, oh, I'm outside. I get there, it took me a while. I did some researching, asked the gentleman working at the front a few questions. And then I made my decision, same as last year. I went with this Smirnoff because it's in a glass bottle, not plastic. It's the 100 proof that I needed. Yeah, not 50 proof, 100 proof. So you got to be careful. Like, laughter is something you have to be really careful with. It's good to laugh, but you really got to keep it in context too, or not even necessarily in context, but well, I'm going to share to you how I use it to heal. So I'm walking to the BX and I pick out my 2 bottles of vodka, come home, turn the one, and it just goes like this. And I'm like, and it's supposed to go. So then I grab the other bottle, thinking, okay, well, let's see what that does. And it goes, okay, the seal, I broke it. So I took that bottle of vodka and I put it in my medicine. And then I thought, you know what? I'm not going to wait. Let's just get this done. I'm going to go back right now and I'm going to let them know. And I walked in the door and I said, I had a problem. And she just snotty and just jumped on me like, no, we don't. So the funny part, I guess, if you can always just sort of find a way to laugh. So imagining myself now, I'm walking back the second time, and in my mind I'm thinking, okay, I have my jam, and I'm going to do my live to show them how to put it, show everybody how I put it in the jars. When I come back, I'm going to have a peanut butter and jam sandwich. Because where is that thing? I want to show you. Oh, I put it in the fridge. See, out of one peanut butter jar that I showed you earlier can make, just felt lightheaded. I got from that one peanut butter jar, this is my recipe, I'll show you one day. But I was on my way to the BX pub, and I thought, now you gotta, here's my mentality. I'm used to going to Costco, you know, and if you return something, no questions asked, you're treated with respect. I've returned a couple items over the years to Sally Girl. The product was good, but not what I needed. And then Amazon. Twice now I've had to return something, and in my mind I'm walking to the beach, and I'm just thinking, okay, I've done returns before. I know how this goes, right? And so when I walked in the door and I just saw them there, they weren't at the till with any customers or anything, and I just said I had a problem, and I explained the problem and just jumped, wait, we're not taking. Okay, and then so I kind of laugh, and so in my mind I'm thinking, okay, you're not at Costco. And so yeah, I had to hold my ground there so that they couldn't just make a rumor about me that I'm trying to get a free bottle of vodka. And then even with the police, when I walked out the door with the police, you know what he said? And this is why I have to protect myself. So first of all, I knew, and I told the store owner, when the police gets here, he'll say you have to get out. And I said, I'll leave then. And so he comes in, and that's exactly what happened. And so he said, you've been asked to leave to go. Okay, yeah, I was waiting for that moment. And then we're coming through the door, we're leaving the BX. And I've got my camera in one hand. Because people could say, oh, but you're on private property. Yeah, but I've got brain damage because of what people in power have miswrote, misinformation, knowingly that it wasn't true about me. And so it's like one of those things, sort of like if someone's holding a gun for you and murder is against the law, but you're going to die. Well, I have to protect myself. So whatever consequences come for me from filming in here, I would take that over you being able to spread a rumor that I was trying to get a free bottle of vodka. I mean, I have brain damage, so it's like, yeah, I guess the judge, if I have consequences coming to me, I'll take them, but that was better than you being able to say that I was trying to get a free bottle of vodka. But anyways, the police officer, so he comes in the building, and of course I knew this is what was going to happen. So I follow him out, but I have my phone in my one hand, I'm on my live stream. And then I got my backpack in the other hand. And so he opened the first door, but then he said, we'll take this out to my car, to my police car. And so we're standing right in the entranceway, not outside, but not in the store. And I'm holding these two things, and I sort of said, could you open the door? And he pauses, and then I said it again, could you open the door for me? He goes, sure. And then we walk outside. Now, remember, he said to me, we'll take this out to my police car. So then we got outside, and I kind of turned around. I didn't go to his police car, and I'm sort of waiting for him to tell me where to go. And I'm just sort of going like this, and okay, where are we taking this? And I'm waiting for him to tell me where we're taking it. And he did say his police car, but you got to remember I have a brain injury, so yeah, for him to guide me, I'm watching for what he wants me to do. And this is what got me misdiagnosed in this corruption. This police officer did this to me. So I'm standing there, okay, and then he goes, and I turn around and I'm just going, like, just a normal space between us. That's normal. And he goes, oh, why are you backing up? He said, are you afraid of me? He said, I'm not going to hurt you. See, that's gaslighting, okay, because I wasn't scared. I knew exactly what was going to happen. The RCMP were going to get there, and they were going to say, you've been told to leave, and then I'd follow them out. And then I knew what was going to happen. Well, I would tell them what happened, and then I'm thinking I'll get my money back or an exchange. And then I'd be asked to leave the property and not come back. And yeah, that's fine, because, but I've recorded it. And, and people, there's all these rules, okay, you can't, okay, I actually get why, somebody wouldn't want to be recorded in their own home, or this is your building. But you got to remember, I have a brain injury because of people in power who can just make things up. So, and what that police officer did when we walked out, and I just turned around, okay, he wants me to go to the police car, but can you just kind of show me where we're going here? And then I'll stop and I'll follow where you want me to go. And then he said, why are you backing up? And if you look at the video, he's creating how he knows he wants this to be written, and he's creating that. And I didn't respond at all. Like, I didn't go, oh, I'm not doing that, because I knew what he was doing. And this is how I ended up misdiagnosed, is because there's corruption with the RCMPs and some of the doctors, and it's organized bullying. But I knew, this is being recorded, and anybody that watches the recording can see that, like, my eyes are bobbing all over the place because I have serious brain damage, and I have to have a very peaceful environment, and that was a lot to get through. So even if you look at the video, my eyes are bobbing around, and so that's the brain injury. But I'm not like going away from him, like, why are you going away from me? And he goes, are you scared of me? I'm not going to hurt you, he says. And I'm just like, so I allowed him to do that, but I didn't react. And then I just waited for him to say what happened. So I didn't actually, but the thing of it is, and this is why they can say, oh, well, that's a private place, you shouldn't be filming. Yeah, well, I've got brain damage. So right now, so the judge is sitting there and say, oh, we're charging you with this and that. I'll take that over further brain damage. I'll take that over you saying, oh, she tried to get a free bottle of vodka. I'll take that over, no, it's filmed, what happened. And you just look at that, and now you're going to have to rethink about how you're going to how you're going to address that misinformation that you either did or were hoping to, or intending to do. So now so the funny thing is that I do to laugh, and it's not funny, you gotta be careful, but laughter helps. So I've had a few moments of when I'm healing is laughing, going, me walk into the store, it's not Costco. You're not at Costco, Julie. Okay, all right. The PX Pub is not Costco. It's not Sally's Girl. It's not Amazon. It's not Valley Village. Like Valley Village, they tell you straight up, like, I know the policy, they'll tell you what the policy is. And that is, okay, you can't get, I have a really good relationship with Valley Village. I understand their policies. I go in and I buy my clothes there. I buy everything there. I love that place. That's a well thought out organization, and I'm so glad we have that here in Prince George. And so when I buy clothes, you've got 2 weeks, tags on, to return them. Now, housewares aren't returnable. That's the rule. I go in there and I know what the rules are, right? Same as now you go to St. Vincent de Paul, and in my learning experiences through them, hi St. Vincent de Paul, it's me, remember me? And so they've got policies there, and they're not the same as Value Village. And so, but I would just assume a liquor store, and I'm buying Smirnoff Ice, that's a high quality product, that, you know, if a customer comes back and says, oh, the seal was broken, they're not going to attack you. Just they're trying to save $30. And then, you know, but what I found a way to laugh about it is just thinking of my mentality when I'm walking, especially walking back the second time, and I'm thinking, I'm getting hungry now. I'm going to go make one of with my fancy peanut butter that I make really healthy, my really healthy jam, and really healthy bread. I'm going to go do this exchange, and I come home and I'm going to have peanut butter and a jam sandwich. And you walk in there, and in your mind, you know, it's just going to take a few minutes. But then all of a sudden it's just like, you're not at Costco. And that's the thing that would sort of give me something to laugh about, is that I want to thank Costco right now. I want to thank Sally's Girl at Amazon, and I want to thank Value Village for, you know, that I can shop there and learn and understand the policies, and then they honor it. And my mentality is, okay, and I have to remember, okay, just because I know the places I pick to shop, everyone has different policies, but they have a way of letting their customers know what they are. And I really appreciate that. But maybe the lesson I can learn here, it's sort of like, say if you have a group of people that really treat you with respect, and you have this great communication going back and forth, and then you turn a corner and you're dealing with a master manipulator. But your brain's over here because you're associating with people that give and receive respect. And it's not about getting your way, it's like, what's the policies? and then everybody has a give and take. So the lesson here maybe is just really appreciate the companies like Costco and Sally's Girl, Amazon, Value Village, that from my experience really meet my needs, and I'm aware, and they're gentle with you as they teach you. If you've done something that's not their policy, then you just adjust. I want to thank them for that. But maybe the message is just to really appreciate that, but don't just assume that everybody is that well organized in business and does the right thing for their customers. So what I'm going to do now, just a minute. It's cooled off so I can take a bigger drink. I'm going to go do a short. Oh, I want to show you this first before I end. This, and this. Okay. I'm going to go do a short video on these. Just a short, and I'll write up the recipe. And again, I got the idea from Jasmine's Magic Tarot for using chai seed as a thickener. And dang, yeah, I use that in a couple of recipes now. Thickening my bread, thickening my jam. So I'm going to go do that. I'm going to do a short to put on to upload. And then over the next month, it depends how long it takes me to get on the bus and go to the liquor store at Pine Center. It's probably where I'll go. I think that's the closest place. And then I'm going to do a live demo, and I'm going to be showing what happened so I bought the 2 bottles of liquor, came home, and this one did that. The other one, and I'm going to be showing that. And then I just want to tell the judge here, I don't actually think she's pressing charges, but I could be wrong, because the officer came out and he said, this is over. Now, if she was pressing charges, I think he would have to come out and tell me she's pressing charges. And he didn't do that. So but I don't know. This is a learning experience. So if all of a sudden a week from now, a month from now, 6 months from now, I get something in the mail and I'm being subpoenaed to court, well then, I might ask, shouldn't the RCMP officer tell me that, or not? Maybe he doesn't have to tell me that. I don't know. I'm learning. But either way, I just want to tell the judge right now, whatever consequences I have for taking that video, I will take those consequences and work through them, whether it's community hours, whatever it is that the judge decides. But I'll take that over them saying that I was trying to get a free bottle of vodka, and that over the RCMP being able to gaslight me and make it sound like I was just being difficult and wouldn't leave a story. I'll do community hours over that. Okay. All right, so I'm going to go do a video on that. Sometime in the next month, I will do a demonstration to show you what I experienced 20 minutes after buying 2 bottles of vodka. Oh, let me show you my medicine. Okay, so this is, let me show you just before. Hang on a second here. I'm going to flip this. Okay, here's my cupboard. So these are my essential oils. That's kind of in the way from Green Valley. And boy, yeah, it's just wonderful. So everything's a real mess right now, but here, okay, so I've got the birch polypore. So I buy this from Costco, this oil, because I love olive oil in my recipes and a lot that I do. And then when they're done, I clean them really good, disinfect them. And because they're dark, I save them. So these were, I had taken them out of, okay, where is that thing? Oh, here it is. Okay, so I'm going to show you these bottles right here. Now, I had the medicine in clear bottles with corks. I transferred them into these bottles over here. The old, okay, just show me. Okay, and then there also here is the ghost pipes. And they had corks on them before, and they were in white containers, clear containers. Now, with the second bottle of vodka, I was going to clean out these jars with some of the medicine left in them and then pour them over, but I couldn't do that because I didn't get the second bottle. What was I? Oh, well, there was one I kept. One I didn't clean out is this. I added just some, instead of, I was going to put the alcohol in here, swish it around. You can see the remnants left over. And then I was going to put, so say this one here is velvet top. And I had transferred it to this dark container, plus my kitchen, when my kitchen light is out, this is like the darkest place. So it helps keep your medicine better preserved. And then I was going to swish. Yeah, just go slow because it messes up the camera if I don't go slow. Okay. So these ones here, I ended up throwing the medicine away because I couldn't get the vodka. But this one here, I thought, well, I'll fill this up with distilled water, with filtered water. And that I was going to clean it out and put it in that jar. But I thought, well, that'll still be a drink. I can have a diluted drink of the velvet top. And so, yes, I will wash these out. Okay, so now I'm going to go do a little video on a little live stream on my homemade jam. And within the month, I'll do a demonstration of what happened with one of the bottles of vodka I bought from the BX when just moments before I went to tell them what happened. Yeah. And I'll get one exactly the same size, and I'll show you what it sounded like opening, like just this, like I showed you earlier, and then the sound when you break a seal. And then the judge can do whatever they want. It's up to them. I can't, that's out of my hands. You know, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And so that's big business when it comes to the courthouse and stuff like that too. And you have to let go. And what they will do, they will do. And what they won't do, they won't do. And I'll take community hours over being able to smear mud on my name with misinformation and disinformation. Remember, I have brain damage now because of misinformation and disinformation. And I'm not only trying to sustain, I'm also trying to recover my lost baseline post the brain damages. So I'll take community hours. Yeah, it's good that I filmed in there. I needed to do that to protect myself. All right, so I'm going to go do the video right now on my homemade raspberry jam. No heat, no sugar added. Delicious.